Hello everyone, my name is Nikesh Maurya and I will be discussing about palm reading tutorial, and so this is the part 11 of the palm reading tutorial. So in this tutorial we will be learning about headline. So let's get started. So let's talk about the headline. So in palm reading, the first important line is the lifeline, and the second most important line is headline. So it starts from close to the lifeline and run across the palm horizontally. So the headline tells about the intellectual capacities and the memory and the thoughts and the direction of the thoughts, and about the head also, and the thin line and a long, deep and clear headline gives intelligence, good memory and a developed mind, the and also the how much the person can grasp well. And the good headline also decrease the negative influence of the other lines. Then it lines up to the great extent of the intelligent, and deep, thin, strong and strong line means good memory and intelligent mind. Okay. So in the palmistry we have a three main place from where headlines start. So first it is separate from lifeline, second touching the lifeline, and third which is from inside the lifeline. Okay, now we will be moving forward to discuss more. So the first place is like with the headline slightly separated from the lifeline. So as you can see on the screen, this is lifeline and this is headline. You can see there is a slightly separation from lifeline to headline. So this person or the person who has this kind of difference in the line of a headline lifeline, they will be full of confidence, they will be open minded and fearless. They are also mentally very tough and ready to face any problem of the world. They believe that they have 100 solutions ready for them, and they make their decision themselves and don't like to be told what is right to do for them and what is not. So these people have their own thoughts, and whatever do they think they are doing right. So second place is like there is a big difference between the headline and the lifeline. As you can see in the lifeline and the headline, there is a big difference, and it is starting from the part of Jupiter. So what it gives a very good confidence and the independence of in the nature wise, and these people will be very confident, so it will turn to be overconfident, and it and also the too independent to the listing of the other, it will be too fearless or at some point, and they will be a careless people also. They always behave as they know the best. They try to have this kind of impact to the other people, so they will be little bit of arrogant in their behavior. So if you see in someone's palm, they will have this kind of quality. If you see in your palm, if you have this kind of line, then you will see that this quality are on you. So because you are your line or someone's palms, this line is starting from the Jupiter mount. So this will give a quality of Jupiter. So this combines the confidence with independence and make the person dominating, arrogant and ruling. A small difference between the headline and the lifeline is really good, which we saw in the previous one. The first place is very good. If you have this one, it is good, and but too much difference in the lines will be a person will not be so good in emotional relationship. They will be good in career, they will be successful in career too, but not in relationship matters. So these people sometimes find it difficult to see what other people are saying, so they are not looking for what they are willing to do or what some other person are doing. But this person also have a charismatic personality, but there will be lack of emotional relationship in them. Okay, let's go to the next place, which is the third place. Third place is like it is joining the lifeline and headline. So it is starting from the lifeline only, but you can see there is a it gets separated after some time. So this makes a person little bit low confidence as compared to those above two places we have discussed. So they are the person who seek for some assurance or some advice, and they are the people who are emotionally attached to their family and friends, and they want a little bit of support from them. They are not very independent person, they are dependent of someone's like giving advice from taking advice from someone, or taking like whatever I'm doing is correct or not. This kind of qualities or this kind of behavior will be the person who has little bit of joint headline and lifeline, and after some time it is getting separated. Okay, now we have discussed three main places from where it is started. So now let's discuss about the various type that we have in our headline. So if a headline and a lifeline are joined for too much like a very long time, so what it gives is give very poor confidence and too much dependent on the farm and the family for the making their decision. So these people are not so good in expression, so they will be a little bit shy, and they will have an inferiority complex. In such cases, the person can be easily dominated by others. So they are the person who wants some guidance, and the tendency will like as you can see, tendency will go on increase if it is like bending to the moon mount. So this is the moon mount. If it is bending to the moon mount, the tendency of dependency will increase. But if the line is going straight, as you can see, then the confidence of the people it not much as not much low as compared to those line where it is going to the moon mount. So the area of Mars is little bit of giving them a decision who with a joint lifeline and headline longer time. But if it is going straight, then after some time they will try and start making their own decision. But this kind of thing, we need to remember one thing is that the person who are having this kind of line, they might have some strict parents, and there might be a person who or a father who puts some rule to them and the desire on these children. So we can say that they will be overprotective person and even ignorant. So we have to see how much they are like in the what I can say in the rule wise, so that affect them. And this kind of thing will be seen when the person is having this kind of line, the person will not be having good relationship with his parents or the father. So there will be a little bit of conflict or the quarrelsome behavior in their relationship. And now the type 2, now we saw that line is joining and then after some time it is going. Now if line is going inside the lifeline and going straight to the Mars attacking, this is the Mars attacking and this is the Mars defending. Lines in line going inside the lifeline and going straight to the Mars attacking. So these people are watchful but with no confidence, because the line is joining and going inside the lifeline. So the confidence will be no confidence, very low confidence. Then they are the person who too much care, and they are the people who can see a coward. So they always remain in some trouble. Even the smallest thing can trouble and frustrate them, and these people can hardly make a friend because they are a little bit of shy too. So this line tells a tendency to blame others and complain about most of everything. Okay, if this line is there, the person will be very low confident person. Now type 3. So in this one we have three more subtype. So what in this line is saying, the headlines take a quality of a mountain, where because if the headline is going to some mount. So right now as you can see on the screen, this is the moon area. So we have three different type of curve nature. So all the three have the different impact in their life. Like if it is going to the leaning to the moon area, but it is taking a slightly little curve. Okay, so the person will be having the good result too and bad result too. So first thing first, let's discuss the headline. The first point I am saying, the headline that makes a bend toward the moon. It tells about the imagination and restless behavior. And if it is bends only a little, then the first line, the point you are seeing, the person will be a bit imagination and but uses his imagination in his life and his progress. If this bend is little more pronounced, which is the second one, then you can see the person uses imagination generally in creative and artistic. So this is these are the people who are good in music, writing, painting, designing, etc. So many times it become his profession too. But if this imagination is not properly channelized and brought out, then the result can turn into fantasies and daydreaming, and they also bring restless nature in the more what I can say in a more dominating way. Now if a bend is more, and then you can see a curve like third point, then it is almost reaching to the amount of moon, right? So if the fantasies will increase a thousandfold, and the person will have a tendency to move only to the paradise of their own. They are the people who imagine a lot. So these people are will be what I can say very fear of something. And if the what I can say, the sign will be good if they have a strong sun and very soft hand is there, so people will be good in artistic nature. Otherwise these people may be good in artistic nature, but very fantasized way, where they are the person who can do a daydreaming, and they will be lost in their own thought. Sometime what we have seen in the palmistry, if we have this much curve in our hand, and this Saturn finger is curved, is bending to some sun finger, so these people are the people who can think of doing suicide, and they will be going to the depression mode very easily. Without any apparent reason, they will go to any depression mode very easily. And this thing is very much confirmed, that the combination of headline, which is bending to the moon, and the curve in the second finger, so it will be very short of depression. If it is line if the headline leaning the moon area and reaches to the wrist very much inside this main area, then the suicidal tendency will increase, because they have too many fantasies, and the restless, and it also become uncontrollable to them. Now we have seen the line going to the moon area. If the line going to the mercury area, what will be the result? This will be a type 4. So it tells about the business mind, and they are the person who seek profit and everywhere. And as you can see, they have a mercury mount, right? So mercury mount also give various things quality of mercury, so they will seek of profit. And they are the person now we have seen the curve area in this second finger. If we have a zigzag finger of the little finger, then the person may do a crime for doing his profit. So this is not so good sign if we have a curve sign or zigzag sign in our finger. But if you have a straight little finger and the curve area, and the branch is going to the little finger area, then you are good in business matters. So as per the famous palmist that we know, Caro, he says that if person having a zigzag little finger, and the curve a line is going to the mercury area, so they might do any crime. Like these are the people who do murder also, but this you can understand one way, that they can do anything for getting some profit. Now very basic and ideal line which we can see, a headline is going straight toward the mass defending. Okay, so if it is going main into this mass defending area, so it takes the quality of the patience and courage nature. Okay, now these people are very patient and courageous, so they are the seen they are the person who can see a positivity in social life or social work. Since this is not leaning to the moon mount, so the imagination will be little bit low, so they will have a lack in imagination. The people will be rather good in practical, or they will be very logical person. So they are generally a good social worker, lawyer, accountants, engineer, and doctor. Now type 6, now we have Mars defending part, so it will have some trident sign or some split in the main branch of the headline. So what it does, it gives a good impact of the whatever the line we have. Branches in any major line is very good. Okay, the fork is there, so headline will the capacity of headline will increase, the mental capacity will going to increase, so it provide interest in literature. Beside this, if one branch is of the fork lean towards the Mercury and other is going to the moon. If one branch is going here, the moon area, and one branch is going to the Mercury area, so it will give the person will going to use his imagination and he will be successful because of that one. At the end, if the headline is divided into three branches, now we have seen two branches. If it is divided into three branches, so what it will give, it will go to the Mercury mount, one will go to the straight, one will go to the moon mount. So this is a very good person having the extra mental power, and the fork is increasing the power and the result too. So all the three branches will have a very good result in the person's life. The person will be very famous with his imagination, it will gain the profit also, and will have a logical thinking capacity. Now the 7, now it might be seen in someone's palm. So the suppose the headline was straight at the beginning, and after some time it is going to some making a sudden curve. So what it does, that later part of light become interest in the fine art. So if the finger joints are obvious, then due to analytical ability, so analytical ability will going to increase, the person will become interested in philosophy. Leaning in the continuous manner means that imagination develop with the age, that is naturally as the person is going to the age, the imagination is developing so on. Now the type 8, now we have a chained or a broad or a weak line. So this thing give a poor concentration and nervousness and no mental peace. So they will be always a person who was stressed. So these people are very prone to some mental disorder. So personally it is seen that the mental disease ranging from various like headache thing and migraine and the serious disorder like schizophrenia, and it also you can see a chain and thick headline. If it is there, the impact will be more, but it does not mean that everyone having this kind of line will have a mental problem, but it definitely has a sign of people who are putting themselves a lot in the stress from their own mind. Now we have a type 9. Suppose the branch is there, but it is splitting from the starting part, or you can say there is a two headline. So if anyone have two headline instead of one, so the person will be like it is, since it is from the starting area, so what we can see is that the person has many more than one personality, and it also says the person will have a more mental capacity and a great deal of intelligence. So but it comes with some confusion about one's desire and the purpose of life. In all rounded but confused with which part way to go. Suppose this person have a two headline, the two mindset will going to think about a different way to go. So this kind of line make little bit of confusion to them, but they are the person who are very intelligent, so though their personality will be a little bit of contracting to the what they are saying, so they will be unpredictable, and they will have a different outlook to whatever they see, and they have a different point of view, and uh, you can see multiple personality in this kind of two headline if it is there. So and also let's talk about some other thing which is like island. So in island in any lines is very bad because it gives poor relationship with father, and also mental trauma or something. So poor relationship with father is something you can say the mental intelligence was not shared properly, so they will have opinion differences, and the lack of or I can say confirmation from like obeying to something and agree to some point. So this thing will be a low, and the thinking will not be as very good. So logical thinking will be kind of weak into them. So as we have seen in island, if it is like there in this below the sun area, it will tells about the eyesight issue. as we have seen in the heartline 2. So this island in this area, it tells about the eyesight issue. If it is there in the mercury, it will tell about the teeth related problem. Okay, now let's talk about the type 11. So if any lines has a triangle and a square, the person will be very blessed and having a good intelligence if it is found on the major lines of headline. So they are the person who can earn some extra money, and they will have a material pleasure, so that we can say they will be like having the good product, clothing and something like that. So those kind of mental pleasure the person might get, and it is due to their intellectual capacities. And apart from that, the dot in the headline means a serious injury. So suppose there is a dot like the red dot I have on this line. If it is there, then there will be serious injury to them. Or cross or the star also means the same. These are not the good sign if it is found on this headline. Okay, now let's go to the type 12. What type 12 gives? It gives about the big changes of the line if we have a split in headline. So there is a change actually. So the way of thinking could be the result of some traumatic incident, most probably in the past, or a broken headline means the serious head injury in accident that can prove dangerous to someone's life too. Okay, now let's go to the type 13. So we have seen the long headline. So we know what long headline means, but there is a thing that we if we have a short headline, then so it give a limited capacity of the brain. Such person can be good at one thing or two things, but we can say the other he is less in average. But for example, this person can be great professor of physics and physics teacher, and his student may wonder how professor knows everything about physics, but this professor's wife knows that in reality the professor knows nothing beyond physics. The reason is simple: the person has conformed himself to very few things. So you can see the focused or the intelligent or the knowledge was very limited to this to some person, then they will have a good knowledge at some particular field only, not to the major area of whatever we see. Okay, this was a type 13. Now if there is some line crossing the headline, so except the like line, we are saying except the like line, sun line and mercury line, and then if directly it is crossing to the headline, it tells about the tension and it causes the mental discomfort and the loss of mental peace. If it is crossing the luck line, sun line or mercury, it means nothing, as this is the natural path of this line to go towards the finger. So if line is crossing this way, then it will affect the person mentally. So otherwise the if it is there, some line is there, it will be a normal one. Okay, so other thing to note, the branch of the headline going to whichever the position or whichever mountain, it gives effort and success in the particular direction. A branch toward Jupiter tells effort to fulfilling ambitions and achieving a position of pride because of mental capacity of the individual. Branches to the sun tells an extra income source. Branches to the sun getting the fame and the material pleasure. Branch to the Jupiter means ambition, fulfilling and position of pride. So okay, the same way we are saying Mars attacking is bringing the frustration and aggression in the character. A very long headline going straight across the palm is not considered to be a good. It may give a person extra mental and intelligent capacity, but such person is little selfish to in its use. It does not want to share its benefits with others. So in my experience also, if a headline does not follow any time stream, and it also not very you can say like predictable for the any time, so there is no time scale in the headline, but we can note that this all the quality will have if someone has this kind of line. So we have seen that generally the line starts from Jupiter and goes to the moon area or the Mars defending area. Okay, so this was for the palm reading analysis tutorial for the headline. If you like my video, then you can thumbs up to my video on the wherever you are seeing, or for getting this such content more, you can subscribe to my channel. My channel name is Science and Technology by Nikesh. This is the my profile, and if you can follow me on Instagram, which is like palm_reading. So this is the logo, and this is the my page. So you can follow me on to get the more content if you want to know more about it. So if you want like getting your reading done, you can contact me. So this is the same number. You can connect me on WhatsApp, or you can contact me directly. Yeah, that's all for this tutorial. Thank you for watching.